British Columbia Highway 28. Yeah! Alright, so we're traveling from Campbell River to Gold River today. And we're going to be looking at westbound 28. Alright, so because this isn't a very long highway, we're going to be signed for Gold River off the rip. And here's our intersection with Highway 28 at Highway 19 in Campbell River. Alright, so we're going to be signed for Gold River with Tassus as our bottom line. I don't really like the Tassus signage considering the fact that we go nowhere near there. It's a town of 500 people. If you're going to sign a city that we don't go to, I would sign Port Hardy. It's larger. And a couple of kilometers in, we already have beautiful scenery, and this only gets more impressive. And here's the intersection with Elk Falls Provincial Park. It's the first of many provincial parks along the route. And still in the mileage signs, we have Gold River and Tassus. And here's the intersection with the Strathcona Dam Road, which takes you to, well, the Strathcona Dam. We're also going to be entering Strathcona Provincial Park. And as you can see, I chose this highway more for its beautiful scenery rather than its importance. I also chose it because Canada's playing their next World Cup game in BC against Switzerland. And here's a view of Upper Campbell Lake. And here's some more amazing scenery. And right outside the entrance to Strathcona Provincial Park, we are going to be hanging a right to stay on the 28. We are still signed for Gold River and Tassus. And here's a lovely view as we head over Upper Campbell Lake. On the other side of the bridge is Butte Lake. And now you can see we're entering Gold River soon. Now we're less than 2 kilometers from Gold River. And here's the Welcome to Gold River sign. And we're going to be hanging, and here we're going to be turning left to stay on Highway 28. If you go straight, you head to Port Hardy. And this is the exact reason why I've been so critical of Tassus signage. By continuing straight, you go onto a road which takes you directly to Port Hardy. While on Tassus, you have to make multiple turns off the beaten path just to make it there. It's rather stupid signage. And Gold River doesn't have much of a downtown, this was the best I could find. And here's a view as we head over the Gold River. And the views only get better as you continue traveling down the highway. This is stunning! And now we're going to be reaching the end of our highway near the West Coast Marine Terminal. And here's one final stunning view as we approach the terminus of this highway. And this is the end of our highway, rather uneventful, but this is where the ferries take off from, which takes you all the way across western coast of Vancouver Island, which, you guessed it, includes Tassus. And now let's look at the way this highway should be signed. So it should be signed for Gold River, and then after that, it doesn't really matter what you sign it for. I would probably sign it for Ahominoquez, hope I got that right, which is the name of the town that the ferry terminal is at. Now technically that's also part of Gold River, but I don't care. And because this is a rather short highway, we can also afford to look at eastbound. Alright, so from the ferry this should be signed for Gold River, but you could also sign it for Campbell River, Nanaimo, heck even Port Hardy, it really doesn't matter. Then ended off with Campbell River. Now let's look at some stats for Highway 28. The length of this highway is officially 88 kilometers. However, this varies depending whom you ask. The source that we covered today is 101 kilometers. About 1,000 cars travel this highway daily as of 2021. The traffic sways depending on the season, however, with the highway dipping below 500 cars during the winter months. And that's the highway. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye!